Hi guys, I thought you might like to see my outdoor Mediterranean tortoise setup. I've got one tortoise living in here called Nelson. There he is. Now Nelson was hatched out when I was about 14, and he was hatched out when he was born. He only had one eye. Here he is. Let's have a look at Nelson. See, he's only got one eye that side. He's got one. There's his healthy eye. He's got a good eye there. He's got a bit of a knobbly shell, I'm afraid. He's got that pyramiding, because when I was young, I was only like 14 when I hatched him out. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. I probably gave him the wrong food, and he got a bit of a deficiency, and hence he's got this pyramiding. But other than that, he's pretty healthy. He was born about 1982. 82, yeah, 80, blimey, that's a long time ago. He's over 40 years old now. But he's doing really well. I did have two tortoises, but they didn't get on, so my friend's taken the other one. They kept squabbling. And Nelson's quite a passive tortoise. He didn't really like being butted by the other tortoise, so Nelson just lives here on his own now. So this is what the setup is like. If I just stand back a bit, you can have a look. He's got this south facing, so we've got a lovely clear sky up there. So he gets plenty of sun. South facing is really good for a tortoise paddock. I call it his paddock. So he's got this area. What's that word? About 1, 2, it's about 5 metres square, 4.5 metres square area. I've got like a little fence around it. You can't really see the fence very well. It's sort of dug in the ground. It's a bit of wire mesh. It's got some plastic there as well underneath. That's a damp-proof membrane I used. I didn't want them to be able to look out, because if they look out they get a bit depressed, but it's all grown up with vegetation now, so he seems quite happy here anyway. We've got 2 Mediterranean fan palms growing here. These have got a bit big actually, but they're pretty attractive. I do like those to make him feel at home. There are like Spanish bluebells in here as well, but they've gone over now. There's like a little hazel hedge there. He likes to get in there and hide away. It's good to have little hiding places for them, because they don't like to be exposed if they want to get away. If it gets a bit too warm, which it does sometimes in southern England. I'm in Somerset, North Somerset. So he likes to get away. You can get into those palms, get right in there, into the shade, or under the hazel, or under these Canadian fleabane, that kind of overhangs the fence area. So yeah, that's good. He loves that. There he's going. There he is. He's going in there now at the moment. He's getting a bit camera shy. And then up here, he's got like a little ramp. So he climbs up there. So he's like a shallow pitch ramp. And then he's got all this vegetation. He's got the patio area. He's got all in here. He's got like this sort of wild herbaceous border, which is just left really. He's got all sorts of things growing in there. I don't let him go in the rest of the garden. There's like a little fence there to stop him getting any further. But he's got this whole area here as well. He's got the whole patio. He gets a bit annoyed because we put the hot tub there, so he gets a bit annoyed with that. I have to pay him rent to let us use the hot tub on his patio, because Nelson kind of owns this area. Just a few tops around here with a few palms. And you can see an overview of his paddock now, look. There he is just there. So he's got that area there. I say this is a minimum area you'd need for a tortoise really. You shouldn't go anything smaller than that. They do like to roam around. But plus he's got all this area here. We've got his box in the corner there. That's got a heat lamp in it and a heat pad in there. So he likes to go in there. He's very good actually. He goes in there every night. He's like, we'll go back up in there. I'm putting him in his greenhouse at night, because we're in the sort of approaching middle of May, so it gets a bit nippy at night. So he goes in the greenhouse at night, and if it's a sunny day, he comes out. I put him out. When it's a bit warm, he stays all year round. He just does his own thing. I say that's got a heater and a light in it. It's about 3 foot by 2 foot, I guess. My wife made me put that kind of pattern on there because she said it was really ugly. I've got a few plants around it, but he's really good at going in there. I've got a couple of little water features there. But so there, that's the patio area that he's got. Yeah, that's about it really. Oh, he's got his little water area there. It's made of concrete. It's quite shallow shelving, made a little concrete pool. He likes to go in there if it gets too hot. Yeah, I'll show you my indoor setup as well quickly. So that gives you a bit of an idea that there's an overview of it. Let's go and have a look at his indoor bit. So yeah, this is his greenhouse that he goes in. He goes in springtime and when the weather's not so good, and in the autumn. It's his fattening pen, we called it. So in here, it's got a bark and earth floor. He's got a little basking area which he likes to sit under. That's got like a lamp in it. And he's got his hidey hole place in there with another heat pad in there. He's got a water bowl. I'm just growing some lettuce in here at the moment. And some hollyhocks and some other bits and pieces. But yeah, that's on a timer. Heat pad stays on all the time, but the lamp goes on a timer. That's about 6 foot by 4 foot. It's not really big enough as a permanent area, but like I say, he's just in here in the spring and the autumn, and if the weather's not very nice. He seems to be quite happy in here. He doesn't give up, doesn't kind of try to scrabble out. I did have to put a bit of wood round the sides because the other tortoise kept trying to bash his way out. Nelson's quite a passive tortoise. Some of them are quite, like, really go a bit crazy if you confine them. Tortoises do not like being confined. They like to roam around, so you really need to give them as much space as possible. It's 33 degrees in here at the moment, so that's pretty warm, so hence he's outside. Well, there you go, that's a bit of an overview of my indoor and outdoor setup. So I hope that's of interest to any tortoise keepers and maybe people coming new to keeping tortoises. Personally, my personal opinion is that you shouldn't really keep tortoises as pets. I don't think it's a good idea keeping exotic animals as pets. I've been through a kind of a journey. When I was very young, I kept terrapins and lizards and newts and all sorts of animals, and I just feel that it's not right to keep animals in captivity. But I've got Nelson now. I'm 57 this year, so I've had Nelson since I was 14, and I've got to give him the best quality of life that I can. But if he was to pass away, I wouldn't get another tortoise unless I had to rescue one or something. But I really don't believe in keeping tortoises. I mean, we depleted the wild reserves, and when I was a kid you could buy a tortoise for a couple of quid, and we literally stripped the Mediterranean countries of all the wild tortoises, and now they're really rare. In North Africa they're really rare, and you know, we stripped millions of tortoises out of their native habitats just to be sold, and 99% of them have been dead in the first couple of years. People think you can just put a tortoise out in the garden and it just gets on with it. You know, some may survive, but the vast majority will be dead in the first year. They just won't survive outside. They need a bit of help, they need extra heat, they need proper nutrition, you know, they need to be hibernated properly. So yeah, anyway, you can look up all that info yourself. I better not go on, so I'll be on a bit of a rant, won't I? Anyway guys, there we go. Come in under 9 minutes. Have a good weekend. Over and out. Bye.